Where's our motherfucking movie check?
When Buddhism came to China, it still retained a certain element of celibacy. But for different reasons than
Trusty Ape, it is balls fucking early. I woke up a little while ago, and I've been having some fucking weird dreams, man. I'll tell you, I have some fucking weird dreams, bro. So this morning, I guess I decided to, in my dream, of course not. I purchased this like a big rig truck, you know, not like the 18-wheelers, but like the big box truck, and I bought this fucking thing, but I guess I didn't like check it out before I bought it, right? And so I get there, and like the pieces are like falling off this truck. It's total fucking lemon, right? But I try to drive it out, and then I get stuck at like the gate, whatever this place is, and so I try to like back it up, and there's this big trench. And well, long story short, the fucking whole truck ends up in the trench. It's a big fucking mess. And that's how I woke up, and I was like, what's the symbology of this? It's the fucking symbolism behind this bullshit. Oddly enough, hold on. Oddly enough, I'm in the Goodwill store yesterday, right? And I decided to purchase this film, right? Classic. And and so my friend's working behind the counter. I didn't even know my fucking friend worked at the Goodwill store, but they got a job there recently, around the corner from the meeting place. And she goes, did you check inside the box to make sure that the movie's there? I was like, didn't even fucking occur to me, right? And I open it up, and lo and behold, the movie that's in there happens to be this one, which another, you know, timeless classic, one of my favorite films of all time, and happens to be a movie that got stuck in the fucking disk drive from my previous laptop a few years ago. So I was like, well, fuck it, I'll take it anyway. Right? Just some dumb luck right there. But anyway, I was like, so maybe that's like a, you know, check your product before you buy it, like some weird wheels turning up in my head, but I don't know where the fucking box truck came from. I'm fairly certain that I could operate a truck, even though I've never driven one that big, with you know, minimal training and effort. So, you know, I'm like, I don't think I would ever end up driving that thing into a giant fucking trench, but you know, that's what happened in my dream. So anyway, that is life. What's up? Good morning, Christian Carpenter. Great to see you. Yeah, I woke up. I couldn't get back to sleep, so I've been listening to some mindfulness meditation and stuff. And then I decided, oh, good morning, Viking Silverwolf, the trucking ape. Yeah, you know, I've considered trying to live out of like a truck like that. I'd rather live on a boat, but you know, I got to be on land. I guess, you know, a big box truck wouldn't be so bad. Got some videos in the watch later list. So I figured we'd just take a look at a couple of these. I found some older ones from Area 1 here. So in quick succession, we're going to check these out. We've got how to handle an atheist, and an atheist said he wants to kill me. So evidently he does not handle atheists very well. So let's see what this is all about. We'll get into it.
Hello, DeRoy Cruz, your life applications officer. My day off, and I've done some things that I wanted to do, mostly sleep today. I figured I'd do this one before I lay down and watch another episode of NCIS. I figured I'd pick on the atheist, something I love to do on my day off, because the way they come at people, they can be very annoying, like the Hebrew Israelite religion cult. They are very, very, very annoying. And if you try to be an apologist with them, they'll go through, oh my God, I can't even tell you. I can't begin to tell you. They'll go through the biggest lengths to create an argument. If they don't have an argument, they will get back with you. But maybe, like me, I argue with atheists via my own channel, okay? And I've deleted many atheists because their arguments are stupid, and I've
Did you say VA? Never mind.
just ignored many atheists because their arguments are stupid. And I've even went as far as to threaten some atheists and tell them not to come back to my channel because their threats and that are stupid. Just like recently, an atheist told me that they would just like to kill me. Okay? That is not free speech. That's not free speech. That's criminal speech. Okay?
There's a fine line there. So saying that you would like to kill somebody is not the same as threatening to kill somebody, but there's some gray area in there. Definitely depends on the context and all of that good stuff. I just say you probably shouldn't tell somebody you'd like to kill them. But even more recently, dude was talking about like chopping people's heads off or something like that. So he's treading on that thin ice too. So.
But I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do this quick. I got another video being uploading as I'm doing this one, so I'm going to keep this quick. How to handle an atheist. And when I say how to handle an atheist, I'm going to mention 3 things here that atheists always come at you at. And maybe you're like me, you're not an apologist. You're just a Christian who understands the culture and understands scripture within context. You don't know the history of all these people that, denied Christ, and you don't know 100 other religions and what they believe and all like that. Like, that's any of your business, and that should affect your faith in any way. But atheists think that because you're not the only religion and you're not the only people that believe a certain way, that there's an argument. And their thing is to argue. Atheists are the most restless people you ever want to meet. Okay? They will dig a Christian out of a garbage can. They will go in the toilet to find a Christian. They will go through a lot of nasty garbage if they have to find a Christian for a good argument. I mean, these are scavengers. Okay, but what I want to talk about right here real quickly is 3 things that get it off your chest, send the SOB on his way.
So, I mean, just right off the bat, I'm like, wouldn't it be, why would, a Christian be in a garbage can or a toilet? Wouldn't, Jesus, if he was, sufficiently faithful, pull him out of that dark place so that an atheist wouldn't find a Christian in the toilet? I don't know.
Okay, just get him out of your face, send him on his way. Number 1, evidence for God. Okay? Keep it the way we've always believed it. Now, I'm listening to these apologists, and they have a habit of coming up with all these interpretations. It's the simple answer to evidence of God is this. Do you see me? What is that standing in front of me? Is that a white man standing in front of me? Is that a black man standing in front of me? Is that an atheist standing in front of me? What is that? I see you, and you see me, right? Okay.
Do you think you can really see me right now? I'm scared.
I believe that if you can see me and I can see you, none of us are invisible, okay? And I'm breathing, I believe that's evidence of God. And he'll go on and he'll say, that's not evidence for God, blah, 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 blah. You just come on, you just stay right there. Hey, look, that's what I believe.
That's some nonsense, though, because nobody can see God. Even Christians can't see God. I mean, to my knowledge, like, the sane ones, the rational ones, right, don't claim to have ever, like, physically, witnessed God, right? Like, they have experiences that verify God, right? Or they have, like, what do you call that? Like, it's in the Word or whatever, but, like, there's very few who'd be like, oh, I stood before God, or I had, like the near-death experience ones, which are, I don't know.
The next one is, I don't believe that. I don't believe that. Okay? You don't have to, or first of all, let me go back to one. You don't have to argue with these people about what evidence of God is, because they don't believe the Bible, and I'll get that in a second. Okay? So, therefore, they're never going to accept evidence for God, because whatever evidence you claim is for God, they want you to find another one. If you say, well, if you look at this and you look at that, that's evidence for God, they'll say, no, blah, blah, blah. And then if you debunk that, they'll come to something else. They're not looking for evidence of God. Stop entertaining them.
You can tell he takes these arguments very seriously.
By giving them evidence for God. Evidence of God is classified. It's for those that believe in God. Maybe God don't want you to find him. Maybe he's hiding from whatever. I see God. I don't have a problem with God. But if you do, then that's you. Okay? And that's the way you got.
You see God? Like, you've seen... I don't think that's what he meant by that, but...
I talk to these people, okay? But keep it the way we've always believed it. There is no apology for what we believe, okay? The other one is simply, I don't believe that. Now, you'll find out that atheists will tell you 100 things. You should send comment sections to all my videos. They'll tell you 100 things wrong with your faith. You got one answer. You don't believe that. Because what atheists don't seem to understand is that you were just like them before you became a Christian. And Christians...
Actually, on this point, he is correct. Everyone is born an atheist until you get indoctrinated. That's a true fact.
Are not people who found evidence for God. They're people that believe that the world that we currently live in, our form of morality and our belief systems and our philosophies, and that are lies. It's more about what we abstain from than what we believe in. We don't believe 100 things. We believe God exists. End of discussion. But what else do we believe?
You believe all the claims in the Bible and its moral teachings, right? So, yeah, it's things you abstain from because you believe that God's going to punish you if you do them, right? You don't abstain from them based on your actual inclinations or anything you've experienced other than the teachings in the church and in the Bible, right? And certain people's interpretations of the Bible, which may not even actually be in there.
We believe in what God wants and what our purpose is. Our purpose is God. It all goes back to God. That's one thing. So, in Jesus, of course, that's all one thing. So, you know, don't waste your time with these atheists, okay? Send them on their way. But just simply say, I don't believe that.
I love how this video is like how to handle an atheist, and his response basically throughout is like, just don't deal with them. Just tell them to fuck off. You know, that's how you handle atheists.
Well, this is going on, this is going on, this is going on. Well, I don't believe that. But you know, they're killing children and burying them under churches. It's not going on in my church. I don't believe that. And you just say, I don't believe that, because it's more about them trying to enforce their beliefs on you. It's not you trying to enforce your beliefs on them. Your beliefs have always been what they've been from the beginning of time, but theirs is fairly new and want to enforce it on you, and that's why they can't let it go. They have to keep enforcing it because they know it's new. They know it's some new BS. They know it is. Okay.
No, it's not some new BS. And the fact that you don't understand the history of your own church and you make a point to deny like what we know to be historical fact, right? Like scholars, right, within your religion don't deny these facts. Only you, as a willfully ignorant Christian, would deny that those things happen, right? In the past. We're not saying it happens in your church, right? But it happened in the church not too long ago.
Okay. I don't believe you. I don't believe that. I'm sorry. I don't believe it. Okay. Whatever, man, but I don't believe it. Okay. Just keep letting them know you don't believe what they believe. Okay. The Bible. Okay. If that's what it says, that's what it says. Okay. When you're talking to an atheist and an atheist tells you slavery, do you believe in slavery? Not really, especially in this day and time. Well, you know, the Bible tells.
Do you believe in slavery? As in, do you believe that slavery occurred? Or do you believe that slavery is morally correct? Do you believe that the Bible gives instructions on how to keep slaves and never condemns the practice? Because it does, and right, yeah. So I don't know how you can just wiggle your way around that one.
Tells you that you should, you know, take slaves, and it was okay with slaves, and it was mean to women and all like that. You know what you say? If that's what it says, that's what it says. Because you and I know, Christians, that we don't look at the Bible and say, oh, because women were silent in the church at that time, that, you know, that's the only verse in Scripture. That verse means that we're sexist or chauvinists or anyway. That's not what that means. If women were silent in the church, they were silent in the church at that time for a reason. Can we use that in Scripture today? Can we use that in our Christian culture today? Yeah. But it's not in a chauvinistic way or anything like that. So you just tell them, that's what it says. That's what it says. Because they're not going to get the right interpretation. You and I have the right interpretation. They don't. So.
And you say that when even in modern context, different Christians still have different interpretations. So how could you say to just any random Christian who you might be talking to, right, that we have the same interpretation? Because chances are they don't. You still have Christians debating Christians on the proper interpretation of the scriptures. So that's fucking hogwash.
Tell them, if that's what it says, that's what it says. Okay? You know, I mean, I'm not going to argue with you if that's what it says, if that's what it's written there. I'll show you in the scripture. Well, I'm not going to argue with you. If that's what it says, that's what it says. If God killed people, if God had godly men rape people, he did bad things, whatever. If that's what it says, that's what it says. Because the interpretation is between us. It's between the family of God. It ain't for them anyway. Okay? And I say that to atheists.
So that he's like, oh yeah, well, we still argue about shit, but atheists, they don't have, you know, they can't they can't argue about it with us, right? That's rich. I love it.
And Muslims. That's what it says. That's what it says. The Christian interpretation is the proper interpretation. Okay, you can't come from the outside, okay, for something that you don't even believe in and try to tell somebody how to interpret something that you don't even.
So is he one of these guys who doesn't believe that there are atheists who were former Christians, who are like in the church? Some of them were fucking preachers, were ministers, like studied this shit probably more thoroughly than he has. He doesn't believe that, does he?
Believe it, okay? And another one, this is the last one, my worldview. Answer to that is, I didn't know I had one. Tell me, what is my worldview, Mr. Atheist? What is my worldview? How many atheists will give me a different opinion about my worldview? I don't know what my worldview is. I don't know what my worldview is. Okay? Why don't...
Evidently, you have a Christian worldview, viewed through the lens of your particular interpretation of Christianity and the Bible.
Why don't you tell me what my worldview is? And I'll tell you either you're right or you're wrong. End of discussion. That's it. So that's all I got to say. I'm going to keep this one short. Don't let these atheists bully you if you happen to meet one live.
Apparently, when he said that 6 years ago, he actually meant it. Now, when he says he's going to keep it short, he still goes on for like an hour rambling. So,
best way so that you don't let them rob you of your faith, the best way to handle them is tell them what they want to hear and send them happening. Send them running, okay? You don't know. You're not bright about your faith. You know what I'm saying? Just let them have their thoughts. Let them think that we're idiots. We don't know how to read our own Bibles. We don't know about God. We don't know how dangerous God is. And so let them think what they want to think. We know that the interpretation is within the family. So
I don't think any atheist would say like that God is dangerous, right? Because definitionally, you don't believe that God exists. Something that doesn't exist can't be dangerous, but as a concept, it can be dangerous. The fact of you believing that you have all the correct answers to morality and they come from the Bible, that could be dangerous. Yeah.
That's my rant for tonight. God bless you. I'm D. Roy Cruz, your Life Applications Officer. And I will talk to you soon. God bless.
Now we'll move right into Atheist Said He Wants to Kill Me, which I guess is going to be from before the one we just watched. I guess I had this out of order. Oh, no. This is the wrong video. Hold on. This isn't the one we want. That's a video from Answers in Atheism. I'm just going to watch later. All right, let's see what this is all about.
D. Roy Cruz, your Life Applications Officer. I have to say something that I think is quite funny. And it just proves my point. I pray in the name of Jesus in all love and authority that you atheists wake up.
Well, your prayer has been answered. Just a little late. I am awake. What's up, Jill? Good to see you. Gorilla's Random Thoughts. Good morning. You're a D. Roy fan, huh? Silly guy.
you know, everything that's going on, this is a trying time in our society. The whole Donald Trump thing. Okay? I erased the video that I did last night when this guy sent me this when I read this guy's comment in my comment section for the video titled, "Why Do Atheists Care What We Think?" And he got really angry about that, about me making that video. Because you know why? Because it's a serious question that needs to be answered. And nobody in the comment section ever answers my questions. Why do atheists care what we think?
Oh, this one's been asked and answered a bunch of times. It's not about what you think. You're free to think whatever you want. But you're trying to impose on other people's behavior. You're trying to enact legislation, in some cases successfully, where you inhibit and impose on the rights of other Americans based on your belief system, right? That's why atheists care.
And he got really angry and told me that we just want to kill you.
Oh, yeah. And I speak for all atheists, of course, you know, clearly.
An atheist, the most moralist people in the world, told me that they want to kill me. The most moralist people, the people that have shown the world.
Most moralist, is that a well, first, moralist is a word, but it doesn't mean what you think it means. And most moralist, as you're saying, it would be like a what's that? A double? It's fucking redundant.
That Christianity is a lie. Were you lying
It's like saying most bestest.
when you said you want to kill me? What have I done to your son or your daughter, your wife? How much money did I steal off of you? How many times did I wreck your car? Oh,
I don't think that's the point, sir, but that's a fair question, though. Did you wreck my car? No.
wait a minute. How many times did Trump supporters wreck your car? How many times did Trump supporters attack your wife? How many times did Trump supporters call you the N-word before you went attacking Trump supporters? How many times did...
Reminds me of I don't know if that's actually a Zappa song or something. My friend used to do, how many times must I fuck your mom?
Your bathwater turned to blood because a Christian was standing outside your door. But you hate us because we don't believe the way you believe. And just like you have your so-called right, go out and let your voice be heard because you have not stopped us from letting our voice be heard by letting your voice be heard. Now you just want to kill us. Not long ago, I remember quoting in a video that I just did, saying that in a video that it's going to get worse. Pretty soon it's going to turn into violence. Why? Because they did it to Christ. Christ said they did it to me, they're going to do it to you. This is prophecy many moons ago, way before today, in this Bible that's all lies and fairy tales. Christ already knew that an atheist was going to tell me, we just want to kill you. Look it up. It's going to go viral. Now, if this guy is just joking, that's not the way you joke around. I don't joke. I wouldn't joke around with my worst enemy like that. I just want to kill you. We just want to kill you. And who is we? I would like to hear an atheist go back to that channel. Look it up. Go back to the channel. Put your foot in this guy's mouth and say, hey, buddy, don't speak for all atheists. We're trying to have a dialogue. We're trying to...
her at the PTA meetings, she'd come by the high school, and I just thought she was, like, so fucking cute for a mom, And I guess I got a little older, and I grew up a little, and I guess she grew up a little, too, and boy, your mom made just, like, a fine wine, doesn't she? So the other night, me and your mom actually went out for this really good seafood dinner, and I treated her to the works, I treated her like a princess, because your mom deserves it, and then, after that, I took your mom home, and I bent her over my desk, and I fucked the shit out of your mom, and God, she fucking loved it!
Okay, that wasn't what I was looking for, but not bad.
Trying to have a peaceful debate. Don't say stuff like that. I pray you do that. And lastly, but not least, everybody thinks that they're moral in their own moral or secular, I should say, right. Everybody thinks they're moral in their own secular right. Okay? While Matt Dillahunty is trying to supposedly save, like he gives a crap, trying to save us Christians from being Christians, and trying to save people from listening to Christians and accepting this dogma that is created by man that does not exist. Okay, and believing in a God that does not exist, his atheist buddies, his partners in crime, are on the flip side saying, we just want to kill you. They're burning Bibles, and and Matt, I know Matt Dillahunty doesn't agree with that. But I don't see any Christians that listen to me and go to my church, going out there trying to rain physical crimes or threats of physical crime and punishment and pain to atheists or abortion.
Did he actually threaten to kill you, though, or did he just say that he would like to? Because that's, again, you're in a little bit of gray area there, but yeah, I don't know. I highly doubt. I would like to see the quote. I want to see the quote, sir.
Abortionists or homosexuals or anything. And when we got Steven Anderson, everybody knows him. All the atheists know him. All the homosexuals know Steven Anderson. When Steven Anderson was talking to Jesse Lee Peterson and a few other people, when they got down to the heart of what he really meant, he said, oh, I would never put my hands on a homosexual.
No, you just hope that God strikes them down, right? Or whatever. I don't know. Yeah. You'd never do it yourself. You just, your God's going to do it for you. Which is actually, I would say, more cowardly to wish death or suffering on another human being, right? But you're not willing to do it yourself, right?
Saying that God hates homosexuals. Saying that a God does not exist hates homosexuals. How hard can it hurt? Especially if you're not going to take that so-called right and go out and kill the homosexual. But how am I supposed to take this atheist saying that he would like to kill me? How do I take that? I'll tell you how I take that. You thought I lost disrespect for you in 2017. I've really lost respect for atheists now. You're nothing but a bunch of thugs.
Does this man claim to ever have respect for atheists? Like, at what point do you believe you had respect for atheists? That's just absurd. Stupid.
That's all you are. I'm going to let a bunch of thugs I'm going to continue, first of all, to argue with a bunch of thugs, and then I'm going to let a bunch of stupid thugs keep coming to me and telling me all these nasty things about my God, but yet he's so nasty, but yet he don't exist. And the Bible's so full of lies, but yet ain't none of it true. What a double standard.
Yeah, God doesn't exist, and the things that are in the Bible are pretty nasty, right? So, no double standard there. It's just shit written by bigoted humans.
Oh, it's so full of fairy tales and none of it happened, but yet we hate these Christians for. Let's go in the Bible and show you what's wrong with it. Well, wait a minute. If it never really happened, how do you go in there and tell me? You know, I rest my case. I rest my case. I have no reason to be an atheist. I have no reason to, but I'll tell you this. You ever put your hands on somebody in my watch, I'm jumping in. Okay? You come to me with your nonsense, come to me in my house with your violence, I will use my First and Second Amendment rights. Okay? You can talk trash all you want to, but you seem to forget.
So you're going to, like, say, hey, get the fuck out of here. If they don't get out of there, you're going to shoot them, right? That's the subtext there.
Yeah. You accuse
Brilliant. Just amazing.
me of being a murderer. I didn't accuse you. So you want to kill the person that you say is murdering children and putting them up under churches. Oh, you come to me in the name of that comment that you just put on my channel. You come to me. Oh, I'm gonna put you down hard. I'm gonna put you down good, and I'm gonna bury you up in my house if the corridor don't come and get you. You can call it good old American self-defense. How dare you say something like that to me? We just want to kill you. Okay. I demand an apology because either way, you're not coming to my channel ever again. I'm going to delete you after I make this go viral. I'm going to delete you, and I'm going to make sure you never ever come to my channel again. I won't be discussing, okay, this with an atheist that wants to kill me. I don't do videos, and I don't have a dialogue or a debate with people that want to kill me. This is why I tell Christians.
That's actually probably a good policy, you know. If somebody, expresses an actual wish to want to kill you, then you just don't deal with them. That's fine. I mean, I'm not gonna say I don't believe that's what this person actually said. If they did, they probably did it just to get a rise out of you, and evidently that worked. So.
Christians, stop arguing with these atheists. Stop casting your pearls before swine. See, this is what Jesus meant. What did it say?
Well, this is 6 years ago, and he's going on and on, video after video, about how, I'm going to stop arguing with atheists. I'm just not going to deal with atheists. And yet still to this day, like pretty much every video he does is addressing atheists. Imagine that. Wow, you can't help yourself, can you?
Say, if you keep casting your pearls before swine, what's going to happen? They're going to turn on you and rent you in two. They're going to rip you apart. What Jesus said. That's what I said. It's going to go from, you can tell by the way somebody talks. Because if you're really trying to have a dialogue with somebody, okay, If you're really trying to have a dialogue with somebody, you're really trying to help somebody, you're really trying to have a peaceful debate with somebody, you don't talk like an atheist. Because eventually it's going to turn into violence. And all these debaters, even Matt Dillahunty, can't end a debate without being angry. Even Matt himself. You know, if you get a preacher up there and he answers every question that you question him about, and then he asks you questions and you can't answer them. Oh, it goes back to the spaghetti monster and how, you know, then you want to start talking about Muslims, and Muslims ain't even in the room. Okay, and relating them to us, and we're all looking at each other like, what in the world is he talking about? Look, I rest my case. This guy is proof.
Your Honor, I rest my case. Oh my goodness. He doesn't understand how it works, does he?
Of what this cult is all about. To tell me some nonsense like that. Dylan Roof, you know what I'm saying? Hey. I'm D-Roy Cruz, Life Applications Officer. I got nothing else to say about these atheists. You know, with these atheists, I don't care. Okay? I don't care. God bless you. Thank you for watching. I'll talk to you soon with something.
Oh, that was good fun. That's what I love to wake up to in the morning. No, I did it to myself. It's fine. See, I don't blame God or DeRoy. You know, nobody's forcing me to watch these videos, but people talk shit on the internet. Geo Sam, good to see you. Adam, later. Welcome. I've never seen you here before. We get lots of comments here. Christian Carpenter says, oh, yeah. You'd like to is completely different than saying you're going to, yes. Oh, Wildheart. Yeah, sorry, I didn't see that. Sure, why not? You know, we can do that. Oh, yeah. Be sure to hit the like button, share, subscribe, all that good shit. Joe Sam says it's all open to interpretation. True. 45,000 denominations have the correct interpretation. Well, yeah, but they're allowed to argue about it. We're just not allowed to argue with them. See, that was DeRoy's argument. He just can't say nothing about religion. I've been given a personal revelation from Bob that says Christianity is incorrect. Love it. The Bible interprets itself just like any writing. No, Jill, it's not how writing works. I mean, people interpret like the works of Shakespeare and shit. Like, no, you can interpret any writing the way you want, and there can be hidden meaning in writings. So, she just said books don't interpret themselves. You need a brain to interpret anything. Correct. A book cannot interpret anything. So your interpretation of a text doesn't necessarily mean like literally what the text says. You know, once again, because there could be a double meaning, something called innuendo. Books require a reader to engage with the text to derive meaning from it. I feel like the only book atheists say that about is the Bible, science books, and other books interpret themselves. No, that's not correct, because people can interpret a scientific text in a different way as well. That's why there's different theories on the origins of life and stuff like that, and those are just facts that aren't known, right? But you can still interpret the known facts to have different explanations, right? Until you come to a conclusion that, sorry, that is like generally agreed upon. Text provides the content, but the interpretation is a collaborative process between the text and the reader, and sometimes multiple readers, right? Correct, GeoSam. Science books are open to interpretation then. Climate change is normal. Some climate change is normal, but not the climate change that we see, right? Because we can measure like greenhouse gases and emissions in the atmosphere. Have one standard, not 50. It's impossible to interpret something without a brain. Just going back and forth with the side chat here. Oh my goodness, wait, no, this one's going on screen. The earth is not spherical, it's square. That's my interpretation of the science textbooks. Oh well, have to accept it because the author of the science book never intended to communicate otherwise. Where did you get that? I'd love to see that science textbook. So Adam, I don't know who you are, but welcome and later. Not all atheists know who Steven Anderson is. I was actually going to look that guy up, but he sounds like a pretty disgusting character. It sounds familiar, but I don't think I've seen him particularly. Sugar. There's no case that requires resting. Yeah. DeRoy is probably one of the silliest that I have seen. And it's funny because he'll sit here and accuse atheists of being, extremely abrasive, but look at his style. They're like, no wonder they're abrasive with you, buddy. The word nincompoop comes to mind. You first have to have a case in order to present it so it can be rested. Exactly. So I was like, I don't think he knows what he's talking about. Like, at all. Like, not only does he not know what he's talking about, but he just doesn't understand the words that are coming out of his own mouth. Like the more moralist argument. Atheists are the more moralist people, but we all got secular values or some shit. Like, no, that's not how that works. I'm sorry. Anybody can feel free to join. Otherwise, I might jump off. But I am gonna look at this character here. See what we got. Otherwise, I might have time for a nap. That would be amazing. No, I don't think I'll be laying back down after this. I already tried that. Did some meditation on anger and suffering, which was good,
I'm a 27-year-old transgender woman. I am a Wolftherian and a member of the furry fandom.
When and how did you discover this inner wolfness?
Probably around age 10 or 11. I was watching an anime about wolves and see the wolf running across the screen, and I'm somehow just intrinsically like, oh, that's me.
Have you spent any time around biological wolves?
Yes.
That sounds dangerous also. What context are you?
So I was a volunteer with a preserve, and I've also visited many wolf preserves.
Are you able to communicate with the wolves?
Am I going to have a conversation with a wolf in the way that I'm communicating you and I? Obviously not. Am I going to read their body language, respond appropriately to their behaviors and their nonverbal cues? Yes.
Would you be able to give us an example of this wolf communication?
No. I'm not comfortable doing so.
Okay.
Oh my fucking god!
The great
It's the
German
Daily
philosopher
Wire guy
Arthur
again.
Schopenhauer. The contradictions of human existence
That was
they
just an ad.
advocated
I didn't ask for
for an
that.
ascetic and vegetarian lifestyle, but enjoyed eating meat, drinking wine, and had a passion for women. Schopenhauer was both a critic and an expander of the philosophical thoughts of his predecessor Immanuel Kant, particularly in how we experience the world. His metaphysical theories form the foundation for works in psychology.
So the first thing that came up when I searched Steven Anderson is a video from Mike Winger that says hateful and unbiblical. So that's the view from other Christians.
Aesthetics, ethics, and political science greatly influencing notable figures such as Friedrich Nietzsche, Wagner.
Here's another one calling him a hate preacher, interviewing hate preacher Steven Anderson's son. Pastor's prayer for Obama's death sparks protest from the Associated Press. So I'm guessing this is the same guy. Yeah. Oh wow, what a lovely gent, huh? Faithful Word Baptist Church. All right, so let's see. Praise for Obama's death. This guy is just a real gem, huh? Sounds familiar. No wonder. Loading.
The fiery
Loading.
words of this pastor have set off waves of anger and disappointment throughout Phoenix.
I hate Barack Obama. You say, well, you just mean you don't like his policy. No, I hate him. Now I'm going to prove in the Bible tonight why I should hate Barack Obama. Why he wants me to hate Barack Obama. Why God hates Barack Obama.
Lined the streets near the Faithful Word Baptist Church this weekend to protest Steven Anderson's shocking sermon.
It's hard to believe that we could have someone of a religious nature saying that he wishes our president to be dead.
In his evening about a month ago, Anderson used biblical scriptures to justify his prayer for the president's death.
Why should Barack Obama die like the untimely birth of a woman? Why should his children be fatherless and his wife a widow, as we read in the message? Well, I'll tell you why. Because since Barack Obama thinks it's okay to use a salty solution to abort the unborn, because that's how abortions are done, and the embryo melts like a snail. And I'd like to see Barack Obama melt like a snail.
This man of business next door to the Faithful Word Church. He's one of dozens who has personally confronted Anderson about his controversial position.
Why should we take it upon ourselves to wish anyone that they should kill or die?
Anderson's sermon isn't the first time anti-activists have spoken out against President Obama and pro-lawmakers. Back in July, a group gathered near the Supreme Court to voice their opposition to the president's nomination of Sotomayor to the nation's highest court. They argued that Sotomayor would uphold Roe versus Wade, the 36-year-old case that made abortion legal. Ross Simpson, the Associated Press.
Well, that hasn't aged well, has it? Jeez, man. Right. And so it reminds me of that Carlin bit.
Today, not tomorrow,
There
not
she is again.
next week.
I don't
Today
mind.
is the day. I hope you will donate, support
asking.
our movement, because the truth is, time is running out. We're in the final lap of this race, and election will be here before you and I know it. So I need you to act so your donation can have the greatest impact.
Why do they need my money? My family. That's insulting. I should slap YouTube for that.
This video is meant.
What was that George Carlin bit where he's like, "Oh, these fucking pro-life people, they always give a shit about the fetus until fucking birth, you know, and then it's like fucking, okay, you're on your own, you know, no fucking Head Start, no child care. We're not gonna give you, you know, there's like, once you're born, fuck you, you know." Yeah. Where's the link? Oh yeah, I put it in there, but you know. I don't know if Wildheart might have taken off. I don't know. Let's see what's going on right now. I know Praise was live. I don't know if he's been live all night or he's doing early morning streams now or what. Oh. Yeah. I am not drinking. And it does put me in a good mood, you know. I was fucking depressed there for a while, but I got, 13 days now again, and it's been really beneficial for my health, physical and mental. It's just too much. Been not just that, but smoking weed, I never thought that weed really was a problem, but definitely contributed to my depression. Just too much for too long, So, yep, still on the abstinence train. I'm on the caffeine nicotine diet, which, I could probably stand to cut a little bit of that out too. So, Friendly Atheist. I haven't seen Friendly Atheist in a while. Love him.
Priest, who has had the wildest story arc over the past several years. Okay, there's a reason I'm talking about him this week, but in order to make sense of what happened this week, I got to go back several years to make this story sense. Okay, so the guy's name that we're going to talk about is Jay. And basically, a couple of years ago, he was
And yes, we are experiencing interruptions, so I'll drop the link down here. Mom is here. No, I'll be signing off pretty quick here, but maybe do another one later. I don't know. I got a pretty busy day ahead, so I figured I'd just drop in and do this since I was awake at this ungodly hour. No, it's 6 a.m. It's not that bad, but I've been up since like 3:30 or whatever after that crazy fucking truck dream. I still don't know what was up with that. Once again, buyer beware. Check the product, especially if it's been used, right? Because you never know what you're gonna get. So, all right, I'll sign off. But much love, everybody. Be well, stay trusty, and have a great day. And I'll try to do the same. I'm on a seafood diet. I seafood and I eat it. I like it, Gio. All right. Bye-bye.